If you're a real estate agent and you want to become widely successful, you need to study successful people. It gives you the highest chance of hitting your record years, getting the awards you want, and really growing the business that you want. Now, one of the best people you can learn from, really business, is going to be Elon Musk. If you don't know what Elon Musk has done, he's the founder and CEO and CTO and chief designer also of SpaceX. He's the CEO and product architect at Tesla. He's the founder and former CEO of PayPal. And he's also the founder of Neuralink and the founder of Boring Company. And all these things he's doing while he also is running Twitter. Now, he's done all these things while having 6 kids, 4 different marriages, 3 different divorces, 2 with the same woman, and his net worth is over $200 billion. A lot of experts suspect that if there's anybody that's going to be responsible for solving climate change, it's probably going to be Elon Musk. So there's probably a thing or two you can really learn from his success and his strategies and apply into your own life, your own real estate business. These are lessons that I've personally already taken and applied to improve my life and my business, and I want to share them in this video. Hopefully they'll help yours too. So the first lesson I took away from Elon Musk, and really most important life lesson we can learn from Elon Musk, is that business is not about money. It's about solving problems. This is something that most people hear, but they don't really grasp it or internalize it because it's a very loaded principle. What I mean by that is that most real estate agents approach business in a way of how can I get as much money as possible? How can I make as much money as possible? What can I do to get as many deals as possible for my business? Whereas the proper way to look at your real estate business is to actually ask yourself the question of how can I solve as many problems as possible for as many local people as possible in the context of real estate? It takes a lot of realtors their entire careers to understand this and really figure this out in their minds. Most realtors actually don't figure this out. They go to that natural bias of thinking about themselves. Okay, how much money can I make? How can I make the money as easily as possible? That's a natural thing to think of, but that's also why there's such a high churn rate in the real estate industry. A lot of real estate agents get into the industry because they want to make money. They hear about these commissions, but they don't really look at the homeowner. They think about the problems the homeowners experience, the feelings the homeowners experience. And because of that reasons, a lot of real estate agents actually don't last in the industry. But Elon Musk intuited this at a very young age. So in his autobiography, he talks about how when he was in college, he sat down and wrote down the 3 most pressing problems that he thought he could solve with his life's work. The first one was obviously computerized payments and online banking. Second was the electric cars and renewable energy to solve climate change. And the third one was space exploration and really helping humanity to become an interplanetary species. And he was obsessed about solving these problems as well as humanly possible from day one. Now, these things are difficult things. They're very, very hard to solve, and not everybody can do them. But for you as a real estate agent, the problems you need to be able to solve are much simpler and much more human. They're much easier in comparison to these things. So instead of thinking about the money, think about your ideal clients, the people you want to work with. What is the problem that they have? Maybe they live in a too small house, there's just not enough space, the person can't really work well, there's a lot of noises. Maybe the home that they're currently living in is just too large, the payments are too big, they're only living by themselves, the kids have already moved out, so maybe it makes sense for them to transition from one home to the next one. Whatever the problems may be, whatever a client avatar you have may be, if you become truly obsessed with solving this problem and truly exceptional at making this happen for people and make them happy, they will want to work with you over and over again. So lesson number 2 is to optimize ruthlessly only for what actually matters. Now, if you read Elon's biography, there's this one story about his personal assistant. She had been working with Elon for quite a while, handling all the meetings, flights, routes, all these kind of day-to-day things in the companies. And she felt like she had been working hard and doing a lot of work. And eventually she finally came up to Elon and said like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I think I'm doing a great job. I'd like to ask for a raise. A lot of bosses in this situation will look at the activity. They will look at, hey, this person is working hard. They're doing their work well, right? They're doing these things. They're doing it correctly. So here's a raise, right? Here's a little bit more money. Musk said actually pretty much the opposite of that. So he said, why don't you take a week off? And in the week that you're off, I'm going to be doing everything that you are doing. And then I'll see how much you're actually worth to see if the raise is worth it. So sure enough, she took that week off and Elon did everything that she did. And eventually she came back after that week and Elon said like, hey, I've discovered that what you're doing isn't that valuable. I'm doing all these different things. I'm able to do them pretty easily. So I think I'm gonna fire you instead of giving you a raise. So that's pretty hardcore, right? Most people, they hear this story and like, oh, that's pretty tough, right? Now, Musk's career is littered with crazy stories like this, right? He's a pretty controversial person. He does a lot of controversial things, but what the thing about the story and what it goes to show is that in real estate, there's a lot of things real estate agents do in a similar way. They do it on a daily basis, do it on a weekly basis, and it takes effort, it takes activity, it takes money to do them, right? But these things don't cause any results to happen. So, but they still keep doing it because it's sort of like politically correct in a way to do them, right? A lot of people are doing it, or people are telling you to do them, or they're just supposed to kind of do them, but they're actually not giving you anything in return. These things are not valuable, they're not helping you get new clients, they're not helping you solve clients' problems, but people still keep doing them because someone somewhere told them to do them and that they should be doing these things. So there's a difference between should be doing and would make sense to do, right? A quick exercise you can do for a week is just write down all the things you're doing during each working day, right? Write them down, jot them down every single half an hour, just take a pen out and write them down. And then at the end of the week, evaluate those things. Did you get more clients as a result of that? Did you help your clients get better results? Did you solve any problems in the marketplace? Now, after that week, you want to look at that list and want to ask yourself the question, what things I can just eradicate, just remove, and nothing will happen on the other end. My results are not going to get worse. My clients are not going to get worse results. Just eradicate and remove them. Now, a lot of those things you'll be eradicating, they'll be feeling like things you need to be doing, just like we talked with Elon Musk, right? He had that assistant was doing great work. Like all those things you are doing, but they're not really getting you an outcome, not getting you an output. Even if they seem like you should be doing them, just eradicate them and remove them. What's going to happen is that it's going to create space. It's going to create open space on your calendar, and you'll be able to create that space, and now you can use that space for doing more effective things, for doing the things that are causing the needle to move forward. And eventually, that's going to cause you to be able to have a greater business and more, obviously, income in the end. So this brings us to life lesson number 3, and this is the question that everybody asks Elon Musk. Everybody wants to know the answer to this particular question. And it's like, Elon, okay, you have these 5 different companies, you have 7 kids, how are you managing your time? How are you not running out of hours in a day? And obviously he works like a crazy person. So he works 6 days a week, sometimes 7. He works long hours, and that's really given at that level. But when I watch interviews with him, the thing that I found to be very profound that he points out is that he minimizes task switching. So he's got a block of days in a week that's all Tesla. Then he has a block of week that really all just SpaceX, and there's really no crossover. He's not switching to this thing and that thing and that thing. So the reason he does this is because the mental energy isn't necessarily drained through pure effort. It's really drained more through a sense of switching tasks. So there's something about just switching your focus from one thing to the next to the next to the next that wears us out as human beings and makes us feel that sense of mental fatigue, the tiredness. The average real estate agent obviously does a lot of different things on a given day. A lot of real estate agents do 101 different things on a given day. They're constantly switching from one task to the next, to traveling to different places, doing all these different things. And they're really never in that state of deep work that allows them to focus in and really build things. So the lesson here is that you need to start to batch things together and scheduling things together. For example, if instead of trying to create your social media content every day, right? Okay, now create this post, now create this post, now I'm trying to do this thing. Spend one entire day, once per week, creating all of your content for the week and your marketing for the upcoming week. Batch similar tasks in your calendar and focus on completing 1 or 2 main tasks on a given day. Whatever it is that you're doing, batch it instead of jumping back and forth between the tasks, and you'll notice that your productivity will go through the roof. So the final lesson I want to share that I've learned from Elon, and this is perhaps the most profound lesson, is first principles thinking. So he often refers to first principles thinking as one of the keys that's helped him to do what he's done. So first principles thinking is a way of thinking that involves breaking down complex problems to their most basic elements and then reasoning out from there. So instead of listening to the conventional norms and what everybody out there tells you to do and what you should do, take a step back, analyze the things to their core principles, and analyze if a given thing can be done differently and more efficiently based on the blocks you create. So early on, when Elon was building Tesla, everybody told him that it would be impossible to build an electric car. Technically, everybody thought it was impossible. But through rigorous work and first principles thinking, now electric cars are mainstream because of him. Because of that, he challenged those assumptions, he broke things down to their core principles, and reasoned up from there. Now, real estate industry is very rigid in its ways, and you don't see a lot of innovation happening. You still have people out there that tell you that cold calling is the best way to get clients, door knocking is the best way to get clients, and you have realtors thinking that just posting a listing on MLS is just the best way to sell a house. You have realtors thinking that they should be doing newspaper ads, local billboard ads with their faces on it. So when you cultivate your ability to do first principles thinking, you start to realize that these old traditional ways of doing your business as a real estate agent are not the most optimal ways to get things done and to grow your business, even though everybody tells you that's how it should be done. So these are 4 lessons I learned from Elon Musk when it comes down to growing your business. Take these to heart, and if you apply them, I guarantee you will set yourself up to an upward trajectory and a great business.